Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a little thirsty Thursday. It's the start of a 48-hour Friday. I'm so dead fired up. It is not funny because we got Sweet 16 action. 4 amazing games. You know we kicking things off on the CBS tonight. You got a little BYU, Alabama. Alabama holding it 5.5-point favorite. Total 175.5. We're going to talk Maryland and Florida that go about 640 on the TBS. Florida, 6.5-point favorite. 156.5 is the total. By the way, did you know Florida has the best current record in the Sweet 16? Do you know how ridiculous their record is in the Sweet 16?
I know. Tell the peeps.
It is so stupid. It's not even funny. They've won 8 straight Sweet 16 games. That's the second longest streak in the round's history. Can they make it 9 against a Maryland team that starting 5 is bad to the bone? But it's got a little bit of a very, 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 very thin bench. I am so excited about today's hoop. Then, of course, we got the nightcaps after the BYU Alabama game on CBS. You got Arizona Duke, probably around 8:45. The Duke game, 9.5. Total 154.5.
It's about right. Nobody's covered with Duke in a while.
Man. It's going to be exciting. And we know that Duke went to Arizona earlier in the season and took care of them. Now, that total was very, very, went way under this current total. But if you look at Duke, just the team total over 81.5. They've gotten over that 12 straight times. When Cooper Flagg's playing. As long as Coop's out there and he's going to be out there, they've been going over. Team total for Duke, the 154.5 total seems kind of low for that game. I definitely expect Arizona to continue to speed it up. I don't see them slowing down. I think it might be to Arizona's detriment. But I don't see that zebra changing its stripes. And then the crazy, man, we got Arkansas, Texas Tech. The craziness of Cal. Trying to be the first first coach in history to take 4 different teams to the Final Four. I mean, you know what he did at Kentucky and Memphis. Remember UMass? I got to admit, this might be his best coaching job in season after failure since maybe those UMass days. I mean, you started out 0-5 and had to go to Kentucky where you used to coach, and they could have gone ahead and put the damn nail in the coffin, and you go up there and you beat Kentucky at their crib. So Cal and Arkansas, man, are they on that destiny run?
Cinderella, man.
Which is hard to call Arkansas a Cinderella, though.
Yeah, but they're a football team. 1,000%.
Well, they need to tell them to start playing better at football. I don't know how many national championships they got in football. I don't know if you know this dude. Remember this guy named Nolan? Huh? Remember that dude named Nolan Richardson?
Yeah, he gave you 40 minutes of hell.
Sure did. Arkansas, Texas Tech, though, is the last game of the night on TBS. Probably around 9:10 when that bad boy goes off. I am excited.
Did you have to order True?
No.
True TV? You already had it?
You know I have the stupid holy-ish package.
Okay, well, you can
expensive,
cancel True
ridiculous
TV
package.
now because you no longer need it. You only needed it for the first weekend.
You mean people had to go out there and just...
Yes, they were
specifically
proud. They were doing you like the peacock. Yes.
Peacock?
Yes, they were doing you like the peacock.
Strong arm network.
Yeah, did not have to. I did not have True. Had to upgrade my plan, but the guy on the phone, you're the boss. Once you're done with it, cancel it, go back to whatever. So I had it for a week.
Nice.
Charged me like $6. So.
Well, me and Darian today, we will be picking against the Lions on every single game. We're going to talk about the strengths and weaknesses of all the teams. We are going to get into tonight's matchups big time. I'll sprinkle a little future for you because Friday we got the Memphis game. The Memphis what could have been game as Memphis beat Ole Miss in December, beat Michigan State in November, and guess who's playing on Friday, March 28th? That'd be Ole Miss and Michigan State. And I got to give Izzo some credit, man. I really like the fact that he just keeps it real. If you didn't hear his presser, The fact that he's like, I ain't looking at the portal because I'm not robbing my kids. I love it. Of course, he looks in the portal afterwards, but man, focus on this team. Give your kids 100% because, like he said, these memories won't just last them the rest of their lives. It'll last their kids. Their grandkids will be proud about this. They'll be 70 years down the road looking back about this. And like, did you know your grandfather went deep up into the playoffs, baby?
He was 100% right about that.
I love it.
100% right.
And it also makes him, because he's keeping it real, come across as actually getting it and cool. He's not saying anything about, oh, I don't want to pay on players. He's saying, I am not going to take 1 second away from the current situation, from the team. We've worked too damn hard for me to abandon them now for even a second. I love that.
He's absolutely right. You know what happens in 25 years already for Michigan State? In 25 years, they have the reunion of their Sweet 16 team.
Or they'll also have their 50-year.
So he was right about the memories. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So
yep.
The further he goes, the more memories they make. He was 1,000% right about it.
I love it. And also tomorrow, I know a lot of Tennessee and Kentucky fans. And let me tell you something, man. That Tennessee-Kentucky game, I've been going back and forth. I mean, 100%, you know my little motto earlier, dude. Can't beat a team 3 times my ass. I don't know if you know this. You beat them twice, you might just be the better team. If you're the better team, beat them. But then I think to myself, this Tennessee team is so loaded, so good defensively. Gainey's playing so well. He's in an offensive rhythm. Chaz Lanier is gone straight Gucci Mane. Like, they doing it on the defense. You know Zakai Ziegler, what he brings. He's a dog. You know Tennessee went 16 of 63 in the first 2 games from three-point line. That's 25%. And they don't shoot that many threes. So you think to yourself, damn, Tennessee can't play that bad a third time. Then you say, damn, look at Kentucky. I forgot they got a bunch of dudes, man.
If you're a Memphis fan, you know this so well. Do you recall us losing 4 in a row to a certain team?
Cincinnati.
There you go,
yeah,
baby.
We lost the
Great
first
Midwest
time.
Conference.
Then we lost the second time. And
yep.
then we lost in the tournament. And then we lost, I think, in the Sweet 16.
I think it was Elite 8.
Elite 8 to Cincinnati for a 4th time. And guess what? Every single game got progressively worse.
Look at you. I'm so proud of you.
I think it was like they lost the first one like
Slim.
5.
Yep.
Then it was like 9. And then it was like 14. And then it was like 20.
And it was like Nick Van Dyke. So just go somewhere.
Man.
Just go somewhere.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah, man.
Hurting some folks. But Kentucky's got dudes, too. Like, Berea is a 3-point stroker. They got dudes that can hit threes all over the Kentucky team. And let's also not forget the size that they have. I mean, damn, bro. Like, Williams is a freaking monster. And the crazy thing about Williams is he don't shoot the ball all that lot. But you know what he does at 7 feet, 265 pounds? He'll get the ball and then stand around and pass it to all them shooters and pick up 6-7 assists the damn game. He's been killing in the playoffs. He also grabs rebounds like it's going out of style. They're big. They can shoot threes. And you know what else they do? Kentucky makes their free throws. In fact, I think Duke's the best free throw shooting team left. Kentucky the second best free throw shooting team out of the 16 teams remaining.
So there's hope for Pope.
There's still hope for Pope. I'm still leaning Tennessee, but I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the hardest game right now for me to pick.
Easily. Yeah. Neck and neck.
It is. It's gonna be tighter than Cooter Brown. And you have no idea how tight he was. That man would come off $1. Dude squeezed 2 pennies, turned that junk into a nickel. Telling you.
Hopefully Rick Barnes didn't retire if he loses. He's 70 years old, man.
Dude, he still look good, though.
Yeah, he's out there getting it, but
Rick's got to get back to a Final Four.
He's got
to
get
right? Tennessee to their first Final Four, Lord.
He's got to, right?
Now, over at Michigan, by the way. And by the way, just speaking of Michigan, one little sidebar. You have Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Jawan Howard. You remember that team. But I will say, I think Jalen Rose calling a basketball game or talking about basketball
is awesome.
Might be the best listened to.
Yes.
Period.
I thought so, too.
I think Jalen does it better than anybody. By the way, little sidebar again. Did I tell you how much I love LeBron James?
Oh, you do?
You know, I for some reason did not like LeBron James, man, for like 22 years. I mean, I loved him when he was young and he first came up. I liked him in the Cleveland. I guess the decision is where
At
I
the boys' club.
first the whole TV production network about was he gonna stay or was he gonna go? The way he took his jersey off. At that time, I was like, damn, man, he knows he's leaving. Quit trying to tease folks. Quit
He
lying.
made some money for the city,
And
man.
that's cool, man. But listen, like the leaving, the super team in Miami, the Ray Allen three in the corner when I had was it the Mavericks?
No, that was Spurs.
That was the Spurs.
That was
When
Spurs.
he saved them, I had the Spurs in that series, and then Ray in
Mavericks wasn't
game.
no doubt.
Yeah, Mavericks. That's right. They beat them what 5-1. They smoked them. That was when Dirk went bananas.
Little JJ.
Little
That little JJ
mm,
Barrera.
Man, yeah, I know. But the thing is like so kind of LeBron started souring on me. And then, his whole perfect persona. And then he leaves the Miami Heat. And then he goes out to La La Land and he hooks up at the Brow. And then they play in that stupid little fake championship in the bubble thing. Like all these things. And then also, that Michael Jordan is my dude because when I was a kid, there wasn't a child who didn't want to be like Mike. Like, there wasn't. So that's my guy, and I roll with him. And yesterday, LeBron James was on Pat McAfee, and when he was on, I said yesterday one of the dumber things that I've said on air. And let me tell you something, I've said some dumb stuff. I'm not. I mean, I know. I'm a mistake making fool, but you don't learn if you don't make mistakes, baby. So I've been learning a lot. But that was a dumb comment by me because, of course, I didn't listen to it. Well, you know who happened to last night after that unbelievable NIT game? Cal Irvine came back and beat UAB. Yay! Because I had Irvine on the money line. By the way, David Cobb, I asked him yesterday. I wish David Cobb yesterday because I hadn't talked to him in a long time. CBSSports.com's very own David Cobb. Hey, man, congratulations on being Pops. You got any sleep? Blah, 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 blah. Love you, pimp. By the way, since you do college basketball for a living, man, like you got any lean on the NIT games tonight? And or no, do you have any feelings or opinions on the NIT games tonight? And he texts back to me, well, my feelings are right now, and opinion is you should call the Tennessee Red Line because if you're betting on the NIT, John, you might have problems. And I cracked up.
The Tennessee old red line.
Call the Tennessee Red Line. It's so funny, but thank you, David, for that. But the point is after those games, I'm kind of chilling. And I don't go to sleep very early, people. I don't sleep much. If I get 6, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So I watch, a couple clips come across my Twitter, and they're really good. And I watch it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, that wasn't boring. That was fascinating. So I went back and watched the whole hour of LeBron James, uncensored, uncut, cussing and everything, with Pat McAfee. And let me tell you, I got ADD out the frame. I can't when I get locked in, I'm locked in. You can't get me out. But getting locked in is hard. Do you know how easy it was for me to get locked in to listen to LeBron James?
He's an
the McAfee
everyday
show?
guy. Look at you.
Look, he didn't. He came out there, he was talking ish about Brian Windhorst and being weird. And again, some people are upset about that. Wendy's, oh my God, he's been nice to you and giving you positive coverage for 30 years.
We can stop saying he spends $1 million on his body now because he doesn't know where it came from.
Yeah, like all these things. It's not just that. I mean, like the JJ, like everything was basically sideways and funny. And he had personality and he had a little bit of a little sizzle to him.
You could drink a beer with him, right?
He was talking some ish. Him talking about Mike was cool too. About
oh yeah. The Mike portion. Yeah.
I have to say, people, y'all know how much ish I give LeBron James.
Correct.
And a lot of it comes from, let's be real,
being distant and not knowing the guy, and you got to know him yesterday. Now you love him.
Well, it's what I mean is how do I say this? No, let's be real. Drama and he said he doesn't like drama and wish the NBA was covered better. I mean, that stuff is BS because he's got a production company. He does drama. He did The Decision. All eyes on me. Yes, everybody's going to say stupid things, but he was a human being. And he was funny. And I don't know if you know this. If you're funny, I'm going to like you. I'm that easy. Like, if you make me laugh or you are entertaining, I am going to like you. And damn it, yesterday it was like when you watch The Grinch, y'all know how he had like a little baby heart, and then they like who was it? Cindy Lou Who give him a little bit of love. I think it was Pat McAfee opened up the mic, and everybody who actually listens' heart grew much bigger for LeBron James. The hate kind of washed away as he was dropping hate back to other folks, and it just seemed like he actually seemed kind of
Cool. Say it, John. You can get it out.
he seemed kind of
There
cool.
you go. Have you ever watched him on The Shop?
No,
Okay. Well, you would have known how cool he is. He's an everyday guy with the cursing and the whole nine on The Shop. I don't believe they do it
and
anymore.
I don't believe like you have to curse to be a normal
Yeah,
person
but
unless
it
you're
just
Josh Pastner. Like
yeah.
I really respect C.J. Stroud. I don't know if you heard the comments he made this week. That C.J. Stroud is a very religious
He's
man.
devout Christian.
Very, very, very good guy. Like just a good dude, great quarterback. Yada yada yada. Nice things you say about him. But he came out last week and said that he's trying to stop cursing because if he's going to be a man of God, he doesn't need to put the negative energy out in the world and stuff like that. And I was like, man, that's like, how can I be a man of God if I'm still out here using all this profane language? Listen, I'm not going to go that far because I can't help myself. Maybe when I get a little bit better, like Taoism, I'm going to work to be better. But let me just tell you, like, I'm going to get to my higher conscience. I don't know yet. I'm still on that low vibe, I guess.
So Stroud didn't. With that being said, Stroud doesn't give you Russell Wilson
No,
vibes
he's
now.
not corny. But
He's not?
He's
Okay.
not near. No. C.J. Stroud.
I want my quarterback yakking it up.
He's been yakking it up, but you know what? When you're damn good the way he is, and you just want to lead men by example, I don't know if you know this. There was that dude Jesus who was always good and didn't curse, and people followed the hell out of him. Did they not? You don't have to be. If you are a special person who actually carries yourself and is true to yourself, like people that are true to themselves and then they open it up and are true to other people, people like that honesty. People like the reality.
That's what
People
Russ
like
is.
seeing who. No, Russ is so much worse than LeBron James. Everything Russ does
It's fake. You just think
is
Russ is
fake.
fake.
Everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring all my experience and my touchdowns and my wins up here to New York and be a positive role model on these kids in this locker room. This is such a great opportunity, Yachty. New York Giants have won before. They're gonna win again. Shut up. I know Sierra's probably glad to be up in New York. Get around some normal people, your corny ass. So I'm not a Russell guy. But I did divert for a little bit. Sorry about that. I just had to say I can't believe it. If you haven't seen it, he's so much more interesting than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is an idiot. Like comparatively, that Tuesday show with Aaron Rodgers never was matched or even close to being as good as the hour I saw with LeBron James. And I said, how boring, because I thought he was going to come out there and be so
Coach speak and all that.
Dude,
yeah.
I thought I was going to get straight BS from him. No. Because I like when real's real. That's what I like. And I try to keep it real. We're going to continue to keep it real.
You know, he'll be here Saturday. I'm gonna see what I can do. See if I can
what
get
up?
him with
Hey,
an hour
Ron,
with you.
I used to not like you, but now I love you. Will you sign my Jordan jersey?
Will you sign my Jordan jersey? Oh man.
Oh man, but that was if you haven't checked it out. But today I got to tell you about my show because it is about to get real deep. We are picking all the games. We're going to gamble at the end of the show from basically 12:40 to the end. It will be strictly bets. From about 12:30 to 12:40, I got a little wood for you. 12:30 to about 12:24, I got Evie Van Pelt. She's in Spokane, Washington, because guess what? The Ole Miss Rebels girls are also in the Sweet 16. They're out there on the left coast. She's with Coach Yo. And
That's
those
right,
girls.
boys and girls. Look at
And
that.
then the boys, they be playing tomorrow. And everybody knows that's going to be redonkulous. So Ole Miss, Michigan State, can't wait for that. And Evie Van Pelt's going to talk all about the Rebels. We're going to talk about even spring football. Got baseball nuggets for Ole Miss. It's going to be hotty toddy, gosh almighty, who the hell are we? Oh, flim, flam, blim, blam, Ole Miss by damn. They did ask us, by the way, speaking of that. So they asked somebody, I was listening to one of the comments, and they asked a fan, what did they think about the Ole Miss fans? and it was it was an Iowa State fan, and he said, I just don't understand. All they doing is and I just laughed my ass off. I was like, man, he really can't understand us Southerners, can he? And I know he probably don't know what hotty toddy is, but dog, you can't like.
Is that what he said?
Yes, I laughed so damn hard though. I was like, that is funny. That is funny. But we're going to continue because guess who's joining me on the other side?
Who you got?
Isaac Simpson, baby. Isaac. We're talking about the Tigers. Heartache, damn it. Oh, it hurts. We're going to talk about the Grizzlies. They're playing OKC. And don't forget, man, LeBron James, Luka, Lakers coming to the crib. Speaking of LeBron, by the way, oh my God, how did I forget this? Yesterday, not only did I fall in love with LeBron James, he also made money for me. He got his first game-winning buzzer beater bucket as a Laker the same day he went on Pat McAfee.
For a total of 8 now.
And the same day that Stephen A. Smith made me laugh so hard and said that if LeBron James would have put his hands on him, he would have slapped his face off.
Man is 6'8", 270 pounds.
But it was funny, man. I mean, I gotta give him credit. It's funny. No, Stephen A. Like to give him a report. I've just only given half the story. A few seconds later, now he should say, "No, after that, I would have gotten my ass whipped."
Okay, there we go.
But I am not going to let any man put their hands on me. Hey, man, I agree with him, man. Everybody gotten their ass whipped. But just don't let people put your hands on. Because I promise you might lose, but they're gonna feel it. They ain't gonna put their hands back on you again. They're gonna know they were in a war.
Talking to the young people.
Gotta let them know. Let them know. Now, I'm going to take that time out. Isaac Simpson, Tigers, Grizzlies. Oh, my. Don't forget, though, one other thing that's coming up around the corner. Get your plans ready, man. I know you're thinking about them bets. I know you're thinking about basketball, but Wingfest is going to be right around the corner. It's April 26th at River Garden Park. That's right at the corner of Jefferson Avenue and Riverside Drive, of course, in downtown Memphis. 60 teams participating. It's the Hot Wing Contest and Festival. There's going to be bands all over the place, Tito's everywhere, beverages, adult beverages, food stands, a parade. It's a lot of fun. And the cool thing is all the proceeds go to the Ronald McDonald House charities here in Memphis. You know about St. Jude. Do you know about Ronald McDonald House? Those kids coming in from all over the world to get treatment at St. Jude, and they don't have to pay $1. The problem is all these families come over here. Where are they going to stay? The Ronald McDonald House provides them free housing during this difficult time. It is a great charity. So for not only your fun and entertainment and your friends and your family, do it also for a good cause. Go to worldwingfest.com and get your tickets today. They're $15 online. If you wait till the day of the festival, they're $25 at the gate. So go ahead and grab those bad boys for a good cause. It is the World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival, again, April 26th at River Garden Park. Isaac's on the other side, baby. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports56 WHBQ. Sometimes you just need to leave fast, like the fun that comes from a quick and nimble 2024 Honda CB500F. It's amazing style streetlights to narrow 171cc twin, along with sleek GMT display, dual disc front brakes, and standard ABS, all at a full price. Find phone all wearing prices of 2024 Honda CB500F. Available at DeSoto Honda, 5656 Northern Road, Olive Branch. At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes see some special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Ken Garland, you are in your 72nd year of business. Your son William is now joining you. What do you think is the key to your longevity in the building business?
My dad started the business in 1965, and I think being on the job sites daily and being accessible to homeowners has been a key to our success.
You guys have a work ethic, as you like to say. You're not hiring people to be on the site. You guys are there every day.
We interact with the subcontractors multiple times a day on each job site. I think that has been a key, as well as using the same subcontractors 20 plus years in most cases.
When you talk about materials, what is the first thing you're thinking about when somebody comes to you to build a home?
We're just trying to meet the expectations of the client and the homeowner and the architect and give them what their dream is.
When you get a Ken Garland home, what do you guarantee?
We'll be there after the job is finished. We're still accessible to all our clients.
Now I need to know, how do I get a hold of Ken Garland?
You can reach us at kengarland.com.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director of Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Every year it's the same thing. March arrives, and I want to tell all of you to spend as much time as possible at Bell Tavern watching college basketball. But I also want to ensure everyone that Bell Tavern is not a rowdy sports bar where you'll run into people that can't drink and watch a game without yelling. Once again, let me say Bell Tavern is a great place to watch college basketball where you won't run into people that can't drink and watch a game without yelling. Bell Tavern is not a sports bar. Bell Tavern is a grown-ups bar.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a 48-hour Friday. It is a thirsty Thursday. Always thirsting for a little bit of Tito's and some winners. I love me a little money. And we got 4 amazing games. Sweet 16s tonight. Y'all know baseball's starting up, right? My buddy Isaac Simpson, he is a White Sox fan. I got to ask him, I think I might have a sneaky futures bet that is, the odds it look just a little bit too juicy for me not to jump up on, you know what I mean? And I think if anybody's going to know something about this pitcher, it's going to be Isaac Simpson, because he likes this one team called the White Sox. He's a big White Sox fan. So we'll see what my man has to say about this baseball player. Now, I got to tell you, are you hungry?
Absolutely.
Man, let's go to Los Cabos where the flavors of Mexico melt in your mouth. My man, please. They're delicious. It's right there at Summer and Graham. And guess what? Right now, it's going on. Lunch specials, $7 to $11. It's 10 to... Dude, do y'all realize it's 10 to 3 daily, those lunch specials? You hurry on over there and get you some grub. Don't beat up on your budget so you can lay it down and make a brick tonight on these games. Get full and get happy because they're happy hours, 3 to 8. Check them out, Los Cabos, right there at Summer and Graham. Isaac Simpson, how's life treating you, my friend?
Man, can't complain on Thursday. How you doing, John?
Man, I am actually doing great. We got baseball starting off, which is, a little bit crazy when you think about it. I don't know why I get so excited about opening day, but I do. And here it is. We got some good bets. We got one of the best pitching matchups that you're going to ever see tonight out there. Did you see the Dodgers game? Who's pitching in that bad boy today?
I haven't looked to see who's pitching for them today. What
This
was?
this is a little bit ridiculous because damn it, now I can't even pull it up because my brain's not working very good. I just had one of those moments where I realized I'd forgotten, but it's a Cy Young matchup. I
Yeah,
can't believe.
Schuble and Snell.
Thank you. Yes,
More tonight.
Tarek
Yeah,
Skubal for Detroit and
yeah,
Blake Snell. That's
yeah.
three
It's gonna be
Cy
a tough.
Youngs on the bump tonight.
Yeah,
Makes me kind
yeah,
of like a Nerfy.
yeah, man. That's definitely gonna be a good one. I think that's gonna be a good series overall. For both of those teams, it should be highly competitive, man. That's definitely gonna be tuned into that one tonight.
And then the last baseball question I have for you, because I'm going Nerfy in that one. It's going to be a great pitching matchup, but I'm focused on basketball. Last but not least, there's a futures odd. You know this pitcher very well. Garrett Crochet. He pitched for the White Sox for a while. The kid is electric. He's plus 400 in the AL Cy Young Award odds. He's moved from Chicago to Boston. I kind of like a little resurgence this year with the Boston team. I see the Yankees kind of regressing. I don't know, man. Plus 400 to win the side when I think it's got to be like Scooble is definitely the toughest one. Like, he's a stud. But again, his odds aren't that good. You give me Garrett plus 400. You like that?
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic pick because I think I'm saying moving for the White Sox. Sure, he was probably glad to get out of there. I mean, he's a fantastic pitcher. I mean, the White Sox have weirdly done a good job. I can't say that much lately, but of finding these guys that kind of come out of nowhere and end up being really good pitchers. Hopefully, we got a guy named Sean Burke that's on the bump tonight. I'm hoping that ends up being the case with him. And they've been able to cash out on some of those guys and kind of rebuild the farm. But I like that pick a lot at plus 400, man. I think that's great value. I think, like you said, Scooble, I think it's going to be right there, man. At plus 400, man, I don't think you can beat that. I'm kind of surprised at that. I might jump on that
I
myself.
saw it today and I said, damn. I'm going to have to. I sprinkled a little magic because, they also gave me a 20% profit boost for today for any MLB future. So I'm bumping that John up to plus 480. Yeah. Give
Yeah,
it to
man,
me.
that's great value on that for sure.
Now, been doing a little too much baseball. Sorry, let's get back into some hoops. Before I hop into the madness, we got the Sweet 16. We got to talk Tigers. Did want to touch on the Grizz tonight. They got a big one. They play Oklahoma City right now. They're in that course 5 spot. The Los Angeles Lakers got the win last night against Indiana. LeBron James got his first buzzer beater basket after he went on Pat McAfee show and was absolutely awesome. Grizzlies, big game tonight, Oklahoma City, and then even a bigger game, it feels like, with the Los Angeles Lakers, and it just continues to get big because coming around the corner is the Golden State Warriors. How you feel like they, where are they at right now? What do they need to do?
Oh, man, with the Grizz right now, man, it's just
Healthy
they're
bodies?
I mean, they're in a pretty tough spot. I mean, they're just not playing good basketball. I mean, they ran off on Utah Jazz, but that was a shorthanded, probably tanking Utah Jazz team, and I mean, these teams are jockeying for position, and without Ja, man, they just haven't looked great. I mean, they haven't been able to beat above 500 teams, and I'm kind of worried about the Ja situation a little bit, man. It's been super quiet, and I'm just hopefully I'm wrong, but I've kind of had this sneaky feeling that maybe there's more going on there than they're admitted to, and you might randomly get one of these updates that says Ja with more imaging is out is undergone blah blah blah, and that he's out for the season. Like, I've been kind of waiting for that tweet to come around because they just haven't said anything. I mean, he's just been out. There's been no updates. You keep on expecting to be upgraded, maybe see him doubtful instead of out. He's just been out, and I don't know. It's just been kind of weird. He's been eerily quiet as well. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully they get back home and you see him pop up doubtful, the next game questionable, and he's back. But it just seems weird that you just haven't heard anything, and they haven't given any updates. It went from
Well, the weird thing
hamstring, I
is
think,
for
soreness
me,
to a sprain.
yeah, I was going to say the weird thing for me is also, though, remember it was the shoulder since December.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it became a hamstring,
Yeah.
which is weird. So I don't know, but they need him back like oxygen right now because I mean they got to find a way to win some of these games, and they got a tough schedule to kind of end the season. Man, they got to find a way to win 4 or 5 games so they could find themselves in the play-in, which is something that crazy, man, thinking that they were on the 2 seed most of the year, and you end up in that 7th place now to play your way in. You definitely don't want that. But that's definitely on the table, man, if they kind of continue on the trajectory they are right now. So hopefully he can come back, man. They can get him because they need to win at least 4 or 5 of these last 10 games that they have in order, I think, to kind of solidify themselves out of that play-in. Because those teams, all these teams, man, are coming, man. You got Clippers, the Warriors, all those teams with the Warriors are without Steph right now. So you got the Lakers. They have been good. I think they're 3-7 in their last 10. So I mean, none of these teams seem to want to take it. The Nuggets either. They've been struggling as well without Jokic right now. So none of these teams seem to really want to take it. But I mean, again, it's going to be. I think the Grizzlies right now. You look at it, even with Houston. I think that's kind of pretty far ahead right now. You look at their schedule down the stretch. They're going to drop some games. Their schedule is brutal as well. So Grizzlies could finish anywhere from 2 to 8. I mean, it's that wide open right now, and how close these teams are. So that's going to be interesting to watch down the stretch.
Yeah, the Golden State Warriors, who were absolutely in fuego, lost the last 2. You had Minnesota, who was on went, I think, 8-2 in their previous 10, lost their last one. They're still kicking it. You look at the Clippers, and of course, it's weird. They play terrible all year, and then when they decide, hey, you know what? I think we'll play a few games here, going 8-2 in their last 10. Lakers, 8 straight wins, and you got LeBron injury. Now they're both back and winning. Like it's wild, and I still don't know how the Rockets. Like, I don't know if you know, but when they went into the All-Star break, right before that All-Star break, they went from one of the best teams in basketball to that last stretch where I was like, oh, damn, they're falling apart.
I mean, it looked like the Grizzlies were just going to run off on them because they went ahead of the Grizzlies early. Then the Grizzlies took back like a 4-game lead on them again, and now it's crazy, man. Look back, you're like 3 back of them now, and they have the tiebreaker. So it's going to be pretty tough, but they got their schedule is, I mean, that last into April is absolutely brutal for them. So they could lose 4, 5, 6 more games. Like, it wouldn't be shocking, like, if they struggle down the stretch, because they've been super hot, but I got a feeling they're going to drop some, so I think they'll come back to the pack a little bit. So it'll be definitely going to be interesting to watch.
Man, everybody out there, you got to sit there and do like some good positive vibes or something, because we need a healthy job. We need a healthy team. We got to get out of this. Like poor BC done for the season again.
Yeah,
we can't afford any more injuries. Isaac, I'm going to take an early timeout because we got to get to the games tonight and the Memphis Tigers. I'm going to be back in 2 shakes, y'all. Don't forget, head over to Los Cabos this summer and Graham. Let the flavors of Mexico melt in your mouth. We're talking Tigers and Sweet 16 on the other side with Isaac Simpson on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Owning your own home is wonderful, and buying your own home can be wonderfully easy. If your agent is Margie O'Neill of Remax Expert, Margie has over 20 years of experience in helping folks just like you find their new home. Buyers market, sellers market, up and down market, Margie has sold them all with a dedication that makes it easy for you to buy your new home. Margie O'Neill at Remax.net. That's MARGIE.ONEAL at Remax.net. Or call 901-685-6000 for your new home. Margie O'Neill makes it easy.
We are ready to meet anyone on your new Hyundai from Gossett Hyundai on the Pike during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Plus, you get America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Listen to this, Mid-South 2024 Hyundai Venue Limited. We Gossett 22,317. How about 2024 Hyundai Elantra Limited? We Gossett 24,997. 2025 Hyundai Elantra SEL Convenience 25,260. And 2024 Hyundai Sonata SEL Standard 26,353. This is what deals are made of at Gossett Hyundai 1870 Covington Pike. Online, HyundaiGossett.com. If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
341,155, MSRP 25,160, Elantra RU 821,411, MSRP 28,780, Convenience SU 856,185, MSRP 27,020, Sonata RU 415,696, MSRP 29,110, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit, dealer stock only.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? We have it covered at Humdinger. It's quick, it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. Many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Hi, fellas. I'm Bill Russell at Russell Brothers Fine Jewelers. And Christmas and Valentine's Day have come and gone. And at some point, you need to make your favorite lady happy on her anniversary or her birthday, or just because she's special. At Russell Brothers, we've been helping Memphis men for over 40 years do just that. When a gift-giving occasion arises, we're here to help you. Magnificent diamonds and exquisite gemstones are our forte, and you can find them set in stunning range. Beautiful necklaces, shimmering bracelets, or perhaps an elegant pair of earrings. The possibilities are endless, and at Russell Brothers you can always know that if you surprise her and she'd rather have something else, we're happy to exchange or refund your money within 30 days. We know you don't hit a home run every time at bat. Beauty, value, quality, and service are the things that set Russell Brothers apart from other jewelers. Come see us at Russell Brothers Fine Jewelers. Let us help you say you're the best to that wonderful lady in your life. Russell Brothers Fine Jewelers, 4646 Poplar at Perkins.
Hey, Mid-South, get ready for your next adventure during the Mitsubishi Motors Spring Sales Event at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage. Lead Gossett. $199 a month or buy for $16,605. Gets 43 MPG. Need more room? Take your pick from 2024 Outlander plug-in hybrid PHEV or 2024 Outlander. Just $399 a month. And listen up, because all remaining new 2024 Gossett Mitsubishis are now $2,000 off MSRP. Plus, you always get peace of mind with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get ready for your next adventure during the Mitsubishi Motors Spring Sales Event at Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, and 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
MSRP 18605, PHEV RZO 59821, MSRP 489, Outlander RZO 67325, MSRP 33210, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. What a day, man. It's today, March 27th. Baseball's starting. Sweet 16 tonight getting underway. Grizzlies playing. Man, you got everything going down. Hell, we got the draft, NFL draft around the corner. My goodness. By the way, Seth Hennigan was on the John Gruden thing. You know, he does a little quarterback. John was talking really high about old Seth Hennigan over from the University of Memphis. Has him as like his dark horse guy to actually be drafted late. That could be like a la Lil Pimp. Brock Purdy-esque. Not saying he's going to be the last pick in the draft and then the starting quarterback and go to a NFC championship game and in a Super Bowl. I'm just saying, watch out. Seth getting a little bit of love, but we're going to talk Memphis. We're going to talk all the goods with Isaac Simpson. Follow him at Isaac__NBA. That's right. That's at Isaac, _NBA. Isaac, man, Tigers, bad loss, heartbreaking loss. I know I was out at the owner's box, sports bar and grill out in Lakeland's Town Square off of Highway 70. It was electric atmosphere. There wasn't there was not a seat in the house that you could find. Standing room only, every single table full, bar crazy, Tiger gear everywhere, up at halftime. And when they're up at halftime, they don't lose. And then all of a sudden, looked like they really ran out of gas down the stretch. Didn't get the play that we needed out of P.J. Haggerty. Dane Danger looked absolutely exhausted. And, of course, we know about Nick Clifford and the Colorado State Rams went on to win that game. Tigers were eliminated in the Penny Hardaway era. Right now we got one NCAA win versus Boise State. How you feeling about the program at this moment now that you had a little chance to reflect and digest?
Well, as far as the game, man, yeah, like you said, man, tough loss. I think what you saw was, I think Colorado State made the adjustment with them not having Tyrese Hunter or any real point guard on the floor. They went to that zone in the second half, and Tigers just didn't really have an answer for it. I think you talk about Dane Danger down the stretch. I mean, he played the entire game. I don't think he came out at all. if I'm not mistaken. He was just gassed in the second half. And without Tyrese, man, you can't have P.J. Haggerty. Even though he had 18 points, it was kind of an empty 18 points. It wasn't. He didn't play well at all, and you needed him to be Superman in that game. And I mean, like I said, he just didn't really show up, and that's a tough time to have a bad game like that, All-American, man. And you wait till you get to the NCAA tournament and have one of your worst games of the season. That's just not good, man. He talked about it after the game, man. Just some days things don't fall, man. He just couldn't get anything to fall. And if you kind of look at Colorado State, Nick Clifford wasn't even the one that really beat him. It was that other kid. I can't remember his name. Other two guard that they had that was hitting all the threes. He's the one that really gave Memphis a lot of problems. Nick Clifford offensively didn't really do much in that game. So it's tough, man. But I think
Cortez, I think.
Yeah.
No,
Cortez,
I can't remember. I can't remember. Damn it.
Yeah, and there's perspective in the 7 years one NCAA tournament. Now, a lot of people want to compare it to Josh Pastner, but I think it's night and day difference. Josh Pastner was here for 7 years as well, but his last 2 years, he missed the tournament the last 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
The arrow was really pointing down. I don't think it got to the point of being apathy with the program. His recruiting had really dropped off. I don't think there was anybody that had any belief or hope in the program at that point, and that's kind of a little bit different because I think with Penny Hardaway, I know you'd like more tournament wins in 7 years, obviously, but I think you kind of reflect back on this year, even though it didn't end the way you wanted it to. This was probably his best year as a coach, and I know that doesn't take away all the other things that happened before, but I just feel like they're in a different place. I feel like one thing that you know about Penny is he's going to be able to get players, and another thing that's different with Penny than if you let him go and brought somebody else in is the loyalty. I mean, he's not going anywhere. He's not jockeying to try to get other jobs, and he could be anywhere doing anything. I mean, that's how you know he genuinely wants to win for that university and for the city. And that loyalty, you also paying him less than you'd probably be paying another guy. And again, he's always going to recruit, so there's always going to be hope with Penny Hardaway. I get it, man. I understand it's a bottom line business. At the end of the day, you want tournament wins, and I think that line is super thin because you get a timeout in that FAU game. Penny Hardaway probably has an Elite Eight, maybe even better, on his resume. You look at that year where they played Gonzaga in the second round after they beat Boise State. I feel like refs kind of took that game away from him. You had the number one seed on the ropes. Who knows? You beat them. Who knows what happened? And I think if you get past those games, you'd be kind of looking at possibly his era completely different. And I don't even think those were his best years. Again, I think this was his best year. So I still think there's
this was his best coaching job.
Yeah. I still think there's hope with him. I know a lot of people are kind of fed up, and I understand, again, it's a bottom line business. At the end of the day, you have to win, but I don't think there's anything close to happening set in. I think anytime you get the type of players that he gets, there's going to be some hope within the program, and we saw what happened after Josh Pastner. I mean, it can be worse. I mean, we saw what would happen if they had let Tubby coach two or three more years, man. The program probably would have been like, I mean, you think about some of the programs like Georgetown, DePaul used to be back when I was a kid, big-time program. They just kind of disappeared off the scene, and Memphis was heading towards that. I really do think that's where they were headed with a guy like Tubby because people just didn't give a damn anymore at all. I mean, they had Memphis Madness, some kind of fan fest thing, and they even do Memphis Madness. They had like 100 people there or something that showed up. It was a bad spot, so it could be worse. I mean, I say hang in there with Penny. Again, man, I know people want these tournament wins, but I think they're going to come.
I think they're actually going to come. I actually think he's done a good job, but I think two things can be true at the same time. And I love pushing people's buttons and chiding because I can't help myself. I have to say right now, if you look at the program and you're being an honest fan, it is painful to only have one NCAA tournament win.
Yeah, no doubt.
It was painful to see the FAU game slip out, and then it got even worse to see the success that they had on the run. I felt like every single win just was another dig into your stomach. Last year,
they got lucky. I was going to say, I can't remember. Somebody got upset in that third game. They played some.
They didn't have to play the number one. Yeah.
George Mason. I can't remember.
Was it Purdue?
Yeah, Purdue lost to somebody. Yeah, I can't remember who that was. I even think Memphis possibly could have beat that Purdue team. I knew they were gonna get upset. I picked them to lose that game, but anyways, man, revision is history. But man, they get that timeout, man. Who knows what could happen?
Yeah, no kidding. There's so many just things that are right there on the razor's edge. But again, in sports, it's a bottom line business. There's winners and there's losers. Looking this year in Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis fans look over in Oxford and they're like, damn, bro, Oxford has been to one, like Ole Miss has been to one Sweet 16 in their whole damn career. And we beat them in December and they're in the Sweet 16. They look up north, Kentucky gets a new coach. They're in the Sweet 16. They look over to Arkansas, Cal, and on the Razorbacks in the Sweet 16. They look below them. They look to the other side. You got both Alabama teams. Like everywhere it feels like Memphis just turns. There's success. And this is Hoop City. And there's where a lot of the frustration comes in, I believe. I mean, I have to believe that's one of the also other main factors. Now, Penny Hardaway is in a terrible conference, and that is not his problem or his fault. Penny's in a new era. Penny also had to learn on the job, which also he kind of started behind the eight ball because he's a Memphis Tiger legend who was an NBA legend. He's Lil Penny. He's got his own damn shoe. There ain't nobody like Penny Hardaway. And that also gives him, I think, a hell of a lot longer leash than any typical coach. If you brought in a former AAU coach off the streets and he was coaching the Memphis Tigers and he had this record, he would have been gone a long time ago. But when you bring in Penny Hardaway, you're going to give that leash hell of a lot longer.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that to an extent because, again, like with Penny, that's like I said earlier, you're never going to have to worry about getting players and stuff like he's always going to do that. I mean, he's going to have an ability that a lot of other guys just aren't going to have. He can get in rooms, he can get guys because he always has that backing of I got connections. I can get you to the NBA. Like I've done this, I've been there. I know these guys. I know these agents. I mean, I got Nike, I got shoes. That's always going to be appealing to these kids. He's always going to be able to go out and get transfers. Even if he struggles, I think he would still be able to go out and get players. So that's the thing that always brings hope, and it's just kind of a different dynamic with him than it would be with other guys.
And that's
so I agree. I think that's why he would definitely have a longer leash than some other guys would have that you brought in.
And then basically this kind of goes back to me on the Twitter last week because I can't help myself. I love saying things that I think are like, because everybody talks in sometimes tautologies and you come out there and you say this is an absolute fact. And I was responding to Richard where he's like, you put a post up and it said, man, I just heard somebody say if Penny was white, he would have been fired. And you had it shaking your head. And I thought it was funny, so I read some of the comments, and everybody's coming back, and they're like, those are facts, man. Yeah, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And then I just came back because I can't help it, because there are winners and losers. And everybody, by the way, in this world is not the same. Some people have a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, and they have the juice, and Penny has the juice. So my question is there a white superstar from the University of Memphis basketball program that you can remember that has ever been on Penny Hardaway's level?
No, not on Penny Hardaway's level, no.
Hell no, because basically nobody's on Penny's level. So, ergo, if he wasn't Penny Hardaway, he would have been fired.
Man, shout out to Justin Wimmer, man.
I can't help myself.
Yeah, shout out to Justin Wimmer, man. Aaron Mulver, man, was another one that was back in that era. You can count them on both ends, man. How many they've had, but Austin Nichols, shout out Austin Nichols.
And by the way, to be funny, the other thing that was funny, Austin Nichols, that was a great memory. The other day I was going through my brain and I was trying to think of the last white dude that people were out there cheering for, and I forgot about Austin Nichols. I was like Ben Spiva from the 90s.
Yeah,
Todd Mudd.
Man, I'm like, man, they just don't bring him in. They're recruiting this guy, Oscar Clough, right now, big man, I think from North Dakota State. He's out there, or South Dakota State, I want to say, that they're recruiting, man. They just don't. I don't know, man. It's just for some reason they just don't get any white guys, man. Let's get some good white guys here, man.
I want to do one thing. I don't care if he's brown, purple, or pink. I just want to win, baby. I just want to watch the Tigers, and I want that feeling that I had in 2008, Isaac, because damn it, that felt so good. Like that run, I'll never forget that.
man, just magical.
It was
And
so
I
magical.
remember, man, just those games, that UCLA game, man, when Chris Roberts dunked on Kevin Love, and man, that was just that's one of the toughest teams ever. I mean, they just intimidating, just walking on the floor. I think they intimidated a lot of teams, man. That was a crazy run, man. That was some fun times back then,
I promise you, I think Joey D was always the scariest dude ever.
man.
And that was
I remember
Fairleigh
the time when
Dickinson
we were
guys
talking
that
about
beat
Greg
Purdue.
Oden,
It was
and
Fairleigh Dickinson. Good job, man. You're a good memory. Or good
yeah, and
Googling.
he was talking about he said he was that he was Goliath and that Greg Oden was David. I remember that famous interview when they was led Ohio State. I was like, man, no, I think you might need to look at that one a little bit. Think that you might need to think that one over again, man. So, but yeah,
Isaac,
man.
I just have to say thank you for giving me all this time to have fun with you today. But if I didn't ask this, I'd be very remiss. Real quickly, BYU, Alabama, 4.5. Who you got?
Man, Alabama. I think Alabama wins the game, but I mean, if you want to take some of that game, I think the over
175 and a half.
Because I think there's going to be a lot of points in that game because both of those teams put points on the board. So I think we're going to see a lot of fireworks in that one. So offensively, I think the over is the best play. But if you're going to go money line or spread, I think Alabama is the way to go.
Maryland, Florida, Gators 6.5 total, 156.5. What you like?
Yeah, I like Florida in that one.
Arizona.
I like Florida to cover.
Yeah, I like the Gator boys. They have depth. Now, Maryland's starting 5 is good, but they just don't have enough depth. I think the Gator boys are going to get them the trio of 7-footers, the 3 guards. Love them, but I don't know, man. We'll see. But Arizona, man, they're getting 9.5 against Duke. I know Duke went to Arizona earlier in the year and kind of whipped up on them. But, man, remember Caleb Love in the Final Four ended Coach K's career with a shot in their face. He ain't afraid to do it again. Are you taking the points or are you laying them?
Oh man, I think I'd stay away from that one. I think it's going to be. I don't think Duke covers it. I think it's going to be a close game. Arizona has a lot of confidence. I mean, they were down big in that first half against Oregon. They able to come back in that one. I do like the over in points in that one.
I do too. 154.5. I also
Yeah.
like the team total of Duke over 81.5 because they've scored the last 12 games with Cooper Flagg playing in the whole game, not leaving without an injury. It's gone over 81.5 each time.
Yeah, I think Duke wins the game, but I don't think they cover. I think it's going to be closer than people think. That spread, I think, is way too big. I could see that being a 1-2 possession game in the end. I think Duke wins it by 5 or 6 points. I would say that's probably where I would feel comfortable with, but I think 9's a little bit too much.
Right now, Arkansas Razorbacks got a big man crush on Cal. They hated him earlier in the year when they were 0-5. Now they love him. We loved him in 08. Now we've kind of loathed him since. Can Cal get his 4th team to a Final Four? Can they get one step closer by getting over on Texas Tech tonight? They're getting 5.5 points.
Yeah, man, I'm really. I haven't got there yet, but I'm really close to taking Arkansas money line. Like I really do feel like they have a really good shot at winning that game, man. If you want to go off spread, definitely, man, for a couple points, but I really do think that Arkansas, like, they have the momentum. I feel I think their length is going to give Texas Tech problems. I really like Arkansas money line. I think I probably will end up getting there. I just don't see them, man. They have a lot of momentum right now, and I don't think it ends tonight.
Isaac's calling the Hogs. Everybody follow him at Isaac Double the Score NBA, and always listen to him right here on Thursday on Sports 56. Be blessed, Isaac.
Will do, man. Talk to you next week.
That's my homie, Evie Van Pelt's on the other side. Don't you dare touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Call it spring fever, call it March bracket time, yeah, all of that. Everybody is looking for something new to drive. All-Star Chevy right here in Olive Branch is loaded up for truck month, and every Silverado you want is here with financing down to 2.9, up to $3,000 cash for you. Hey, if you want a new 2500 HD Silverado, All-Star has them with no payment for 90 days, and your good credit deserves it. If your budget is in the 20s or 30s, gotta love all these affordable new All-Star Chevys, new Blazers, Equinox, new Colorado trucks. And if you're law enforcement, first responder, healthcare, military, education, recent recent grad, you get an extra $500 bonus. Plus, every certified Chevy and all the pre-owns you want are here in one place. Tahoe, Sierras, Camaros, Suburbans, and tons of Silverados. And if you have any vehicle you want to sell, bring it here to All-Star Chevy and Olive Branch and get the most money for it today. Together, let's drive what we really want to drive. All-Star Chevrolet and Olive Branch, or go to allstarautogroup.com.
You're hungry for good meat. Trust the family that has been feeding you since 1967. Charlie Hogan and Triangle Meat Company. Trust Triangle Meat for fresh beef, hamburger, and grub. Trust Triangle Meat for delicious pork ribs, chops, and butter. And trust Triangle Meat for tender chicken, roll up, 80 bucks a month. Triangle Meat Company has all the meat you need. Shop Triangle Meat Company, 8 to 5 Monday through Saturday, 4790 Summer Avenue, 901 683-1192. Fresh or frozen, big or small. Trust Triangle Meat Company.
High-efficiency planting solution, the Case IH 2150 early riser planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a run-and-roll unit for fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH 2150 early riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag Equipment at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH equipment headquarters.
Plus finance through KFA, K4 SDO 87712, MSRP 25320, K5 S53 28285, MSRP 28455, Telluride SG 596204, MSRP 41060, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax title and license with approved credit, dealer stock only, see dealer for complete details, offer valid through 4225.
Hey, I tracked down my buddy Jeff Allen over at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah. Hey, what's up, brother?
We're ready to rock over here, Randy. 2025 Kia K4 LXS, $159 a month with class-leading torque and fuel efficiency. 2025 Kia K5 GT Line, $199 a month. And a 2025 Kia Telluride S front-wheel drive with more power, larger cargo area, and more ground clearance than a Nissan Pathfinder. $398 a month. All $49.99 due at signing. 24-month lease.
Plus, every Gossett Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So if you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
That's Gossett Kia South, 2680 Mount Moriah. Online anytime, KiaMountMoriah.com.
Online radio show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Nancy Porter with 24/7 Sports. Your Ole Miss defensive captain Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC sports now, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Garvey from kickoff to first throw to extra innings. Your Ole Miss sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station.
56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis with Brett Mooresworthy and Brian Dacus. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6.
I was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 at 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a thirsty Thursday. It's a 48-hour Friday. When I'm thirsty, I always get the best. That's Tito's Handmade Vodka. Man, like, if you're not drinking some Tito's today, you got opening day in baseball. We got three Cy Youngs on the bump at once tonight. Detroit, Tarek Skubal, and of course, my man Blake Snell for the Dodgers. Like, we got baseball, and then we got this sweet little tournament, Sweet 16.
So the big question everybody wants to know, you got 3 on the bump. Do you get a couple of beers with it?
Oh, yeah, you get a little bump. Couple of beers and a little bump, as Shane Gillis did on Saturday Night Live, one of the greatest skits I've ever seen. That was hilarious. But, man, I'll tell you one thing. Right now, no bumps. I'm not getting a couple beers either. I'm going straight to the good stuff. I'm getting the best juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff. That's Tito's Handmade Vodka. Now, my girl Evie Van Pelt from the Rebel Walk, founder, publisher. And the Rebel Walk is your number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. Go to therebelwalk.com. It really is that easy. Bing, bang, boom. It's there. But Evie got lucky, so she's out in Spokane,
What a
Washington.
great time for sports.
She actually got a competent pilot. Do you know how I know this?
How you got her there?
Because she made it
Oh,
there.
she made it. Okay.
Did you hear about the pilot who left San Francisco the other day, headed to China? They get halfway there, and the co-pilot realizes he forgot his passport and had to turn the plane around and go back.
I thought you were going to say they were headed inland and weren't supposed to be headed to China. At least they were headed the right direction. I can deal
They
with
had
that.
to turn around and go back.
But don't turn around for your
If you
passport.
on like a 12-hour flight and you like 5 hours into it, then you got to turn around and go 5 hours back, then you got to get on another plane and then drive. Man, I would be like livid. Heck, Evie would have missed the game. But again, she's lucky. She's there in Spokane. Coach Yo and the girls. Ole Miss Rebels got 2 teams in the Sweet 16. Damn, Tigers got none. Evie, how are you doing out there on the left coast?
Hey, I am doing great here. It's weird. I'm talking to you at a little after 10 in the morning, and I love talking to you any time of day, but I'm glad I got my times right.
Got in on the coffee. I know you asked me last night. I was a little bit like watching a little basketball. Might have been a little Tito's, and you were like, "So I'm gonna be going on your show at 10 a.m. I'm out here," and I was like, "Yeah, I think that's right." And then I was like, started thinking about it. And I was like, "Oh, screw it. I can't think. I'll just ask Chat GPT." And they were like, "Yeah, if it's noon in Memphis, 10 a.m. in Spokane."
Oh, well, ChatGPT hooked you up, and they have me too. So, and I mean, Coach Yo hooked me up. I'm out here. I've been to a practice. It's closed to the public, but Coach Yo allowed me to go in as long as I didn't post anything or give any secrets away, which of course I'm not going to do. But I am super excited to get to be here, and I tell you what, they're going to have a battle on Friday.
UCLA is no joke.
UCLA is no joke. For folks who don't know, they are the number 1 overall seed in the tournament, and they have only lost 2 games this entire year. And both of those, interestingly, came to USC. And losses to USC, and if Rebels will recall, Ole Miss opened the season in Paris against USC.
And it was really, really tight.
Close. Yes, it was really, 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 really tight. And if they had played that game over again, who knows? But anyway, I think, one thing I can say, I think that Coach Yo said yesterday in practice, it was like, everybody, they talk about how we're athletic, so let's show them we're athletic. And I think, Ole Miss, gosh, I tell you what, I got to be in Waco last weekend, Friday and Sunday, to watch them beat Ball State and then beat Baylor. And that was a nail-biter. That Baylor game was a nail-biter. But I was just struck that, sitting down there on court level, that was a physical game. And I think this one's going to be even more physical.
It's and there's going to be a lot of UCLA fans being out there on the left coast. That's a long flight for the Oxford Rebels, man. Like, Lordy.
Man. And we got in yesterday and hadn't been here that long, and I'm already like, I'm grabbing something to eat, and I'm already feeling jet lagged. It's only 2 hours difference, but I'm already feeling jet lagged. And I mean, they had a practice yesterday afternoon, full on practice, and I don't think those girls care what coast they're on. They are ready to play some basketball, and they're going to need to be. I don't know if folks know, but UCLA has a 6'7" post player, Lauren Bettis, averaging almost 20 points a game and almost 10 rebounds a game, shooting over 64% from the field. So, I think that's going to be just such a fun game to watch.
Right now, everything down in Oxford is going really well.
Yes.
Like, I mean, you got the spring football in the air. Lane Kiffin's all fired up. You got 2 teams in the Sweet 16, and the Ole Miss Rebels baseball team ain't doing too bad.
They're not doing too bad either. Now, they did, they beat Memphis
Tuesday.
Earlier this week. Yes, they beat Memphis. And I think Memphis was ahead going into as far as, I think, the 4th inning, and then the Rebels ended up coming back and winning 7-5. But that was a tough one. They play Florida tonight. So they're doing this Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. So Florida is in town and will be at Swayze. And so that's going to be another great thing. I mean, it's a great time for Rebels right now. Yeah, Chris Beard getting ready to take on Tom Izzo in Michigan State, and what in the world do we think about that? We'll have somebody there at that game also, so we'll keep folks posted. But great, weekend to be an Ole Miss Rebel.
I bet Funkies and the lot, like everything down in Oxford, the square is going to be bumping because Friday at 6 o'clock you got Ole Miss and Michigan State, and then after that game you got the Ole Miss girls going against UCLA around 9 o'clock. So it's going to be like an Ole Miss fan fest. Which team do you think both make it to the Elite Eight, or which team do you feel has the better chance?
That's a good question. I think they're both underdogs, but I think they both have a shot. I think Ole Miss is, I want to say, the only team playing a number one seed who's not a double-digit underdog. So I think it might be, 7.5, 8.5 right now.
Yes, like South Carolina is an 18-point favorite over Maryland.
Yes. I mean, and we saw Maryland and Alabama, and it came down to it there at the end.
That was one of the best basketball games I've ever seen. That Sarah Baker girl.
Sarah Ashley Barker. She was
thank you.
something. When she went to the line and
three
hit
free throws.
Yes, 3 free throws. Was like, man, that you want to talk about some ice water in your veins. That was ice water. And you know what? I want to give a little shout out because in the women's game against Baylor, and Baylor was a higher seed. Baylor was the 4 seed, and I'm telling you, that place was so loud that David had to put earplugs in because it was crazy. They've got a new arena, and it's a smaller one, and the way it's angled and set up, it was just incredibly loud. And when it came down to clutch time with, I think 29 seconds from the 29-second mark in the fourth quarter, KK Deans was fouled 3 times between 29 seconds and 4 seconds, and she hit all 6 free throws. And I got to tell you, I mean, that was clutch. So they were, at one point, I think they were tied 61-61 with around a minute to go. Came out of a timeout, and David looked at me. He said, I see the look in Maddie Scott's eyes. Baylor's going down. And Maddie hit a jumper that put Ole Miss up by 2, and then Deans hit 6 free throws in the final 29 seconds. So that was very, very clutch for Ole Miss.
Man, they've been coming up clutch. Now, the girls are destined for Spokane. 9 o'clock Central Time is the tip. Again, the number one team in all the land, UCLA, Ole Miss Lady Rebels, going to ball out. I'm fired up. Now, the men, I thought it was hilarious seeing Chris Beard, seeing Tom Izzo's live reaction. I don't know if you caught it after their win when they said that they're going to be playing Ole Miss Rebels. He was like, what? He looked over. He's like, what? Really? Like, are you serious? I was like,
are you sure?
Are you sure? Yeah. Like, oh, my goodness.
He was incredulous, and he looked like he wanted no part of Chris Beard, to be honest.
No, and I always go back to now it's even more funny. Do you remember that press conference real early in the season? And it's even more funny now when Chris Beard was like, they're asking about all the great coaches in the conference and all the and like, how are you? And he's like, I don't know if you know this, man. I'm a big boy. I've won everywhere I've been.
Yeah, he said the reporter. I thought it was the most bizarre thing, and I the guy who asked the question, I don't even know who he is. So he must have just hopped on the Zoom from some other outlet. But he basically said, "What does it mean?" His exact words were, "What does it mean for someone like you to win this game?" And Beard like kind of did a double take, and he's like,
He took him as almost fight words.
Yeah, he did. He bowed up a little bit. I was proud of him, and he's like, "What do you mean, someone like me?" And then he went on to give him his resume where he has won every single. I mean, if you make it to the national title game, an NCAA men's basketball tournament, you doing something right. You're an excellent coach, and it was funny earlier. This tournament, I want to say it was after the Iowa State game. Beard basically told the team, he had told them. We found out after the game, he had told the players, just get us to Iowa State. Just get the win over Iowa State, and we'll do the rest. The coaches will do the rest. And I just thought that was really an interesting comment for him to make. But it was just kind of like, we got you. And I think that the players and the coaches all seem to be gelling. So it was get to the Iowa State game, and I'll take care of the rest. And they did. My gosh, they dismantled Iowa State. That poor CBS radio or guy who made the comment, Tim Doyle, about fraud.
Where is Tim Doyle after the game? I love that, Chris. I love Chris Beard doing that after the win.
Oh, I know, me too. And so it just, it was really, really funny. I mean, to just completely, I don't know if very many people in college basketball saw that one coming, that Ole Miss would just pretty much dismantle Iowa State. And
not especially in front of that pro Iowa State fans. There were everybody and their grandmother was there.
Yeah, they were. And so, I think the players, when Beard made that comment, get to Iowa State, we'll take care of the rest. That coaching staff, like I'm sure all of them, but the coaching staff is putting in so much work and so much film study and coming up with a game plan. And I got to tell you, the game plans have looked pretty good so far against North Carolina and Iowa State. So
they basically led the North Carolina. They led from tip to tip, and then Iowa State, I think they might have had one lead in the first 30 seconds, and then only tied them at the 10-minute mark. The rest of the time, the Rebels were 8 points, 10 points in front of them.
Yeah, it was one of those where
they were 25 points up at one point, and I'm sitting there going, get out of here.
Yeah, but you were probably also going, okay, there may come a run here.
Correct. I was scared to death.
As a Rebel fan, that's what you deal with. But how poised have they been? And our man Sean Padula, he just refuses to lose. And Juju Murray, and I thought it was cute. Juju was in one of the post-game press conferences, and he was talking about, I guess at one point Beard really got on to him. He's really intense. He gets on to him, and Juju says, but that's okay because Coach wants what's best for us, and he's just trying to get his point across. And he said, so I just pat him on the shoulder and tell him, I got you, Coach. And I smile at him and say, I got you, Coach. So what a reaction is that to a coach who's really, really
very intense.
Yes. So good for Juju. I think that's really, really sweet. And they just seem to be a really good mix right now.
Right now, the only thing that's kind of a little bit concerning is Matthew Morrell. You can tell he's hurting, but damn it, he's pushing through and he's playing he's out there. You can't barely get him off the damn court, and he's still making his damn threes, and he's still doing it. Outside of Matthew Morrell being a little bit banged up, the rest of the squad pretty damn healthy, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And we saw today, media was able to be at practice for a little while. First 10 or 15 minutes, and Mikal Brown-Jones is back. Now, he has been out for what Chris Beard described as personal reasons. Didn't have him, I think, at the end of the SEC tournament and have not had him yet thus far in the NCAA tournament. So that should be a big key for the Rebels. If nothing else, it's somebody else to get in there and foul, if you need it. But, I think right now, Michigan State's rebounding edge that they have had in their games is scary. It's like, I think in one game they had a plus 20 rebounding edge. It's just ridiculous. But, Ole Miss did a great job against Iowa State. I think it's going to be key. You're right. Malik Dia and Matthew Morrell, that's going to be, they're going to be really, really critical this game. And Morrell has been playing hurt, but you know what? He's been playing hurt all season long, pretty much.
He's been a warrior out there. Again, you can't get the kid off the court. And again, one thing also is like, I will tell you, Michigan State comes out and the way they play. Michigan State has
Mhm.
had 8 different guys at different moments in the season be their leading scorer for significant stretches. They are deep. They have a 9-man rotation. Like they all play double digit minutes. 9 guys. So they're fresh in the fourth quarter. That's one of the reasons I feel like they out rebound everybody. But again, like, Ole Miss, they've been playing an 8-man rotation, and as you said, my man Brown Jones is back tonight, so that's another body to go out there. Michigan State, though, when it comes to scoring, sometimes they can be a little lackadaisical. I just don't know. Sometimes it's Jeremy Fear, sometimes it's Aiken, sometimes it's Richardson, sometimes it's Holloman. Like it's sometimes somebody. They're really going to have to step up because Ole Miss's defense, the way they've been forcing all these turnovers, I know Michigan State doesn't turn the ball over a lot, but that feel like comes down to like the key. Because if you can speed Michigan State up, kind of force a few turnovers and get some easy buckets, it kind of neutralizes that fact that they got all those bodies and that depth.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. Exactly. Their depth. So 7 players average 7 points or more per outing, and they average, I think they rank 5th in the country in bench points per game, 34.5 bench points per game. So you're right. They're really deep. I think Jackson Kohler is their leading rebounder, 7.5 boards per game, and has had 7 double doubles. So, that's going to be interesting. And what about the way Ole Miss has been shooting the 3, though? I mean,
Well, I don't know where that came from.
I don't know where that came from either. But Michigan State, I want to say they are. Their Michigan State is in the top 5 in opposing 3-point percentages. But Ole Miss is just hot. I think they're, 19 or 20 for 39 in the tournament.
Yeah, I was going to say they shot over 40%, I believe, and against North Carolina and 37% against Iowa State. Like they've been just hooping.
Yes. So that's been crazy. I think, another thing to watch, Michigan State's free throw shooting has dropped from 80% down to 69% in the last 9 games. So that's something to watch. I don't even know. I'd have to dig a little deeper to find out why that is. But that's something to keep an eye on. But really, a lot of interesting matchups in this one. And I just have to think, man, it was like when Chris Beard said, just get to the Iowa State game and I've got this. I mean, that's pretty freaking confident. If you're a Rebel fan, if nothing else, I would not bet against the Rebels in this game because I think, and then the look, like you say, the look on Michigan State, on Izzo's face when he heard it was Ole Miss. I honestly think, if I recall correctly, I think that Ole Miss or Chris Beard, when he won to go to the national title game with Tech, I think he beat Michigan State's Izzo to get to that final game. So I'll have to confirm that. But yeah, Izzo's seen probably enough of Chris Beard to know, oh heck, here he comes.
Man, well, I am just like fired up. We got Sweet 16. It's like Friday is going to be so super, super sweet. Could you imagine getting 2 dubs, like waking up on Saturday morning going like, man, did Ole Miss really win both those games and are in Elite 8? That would be nuts.
I mean, I felt that way, getting to the Sweet 16. I mean, I certainly absolutely, believed in my heart that both of them were going to. But that's a heck of an accomplishment to have both of those teams. So again, this is our Keith Carter appreciation moment, for getting all these tremendous coaches. And I also want to point out, interestingly, Juju Murray was in the Sweet 16 3 years ago today with St. Peter's when they had their big run. So Juju's been here before, and I just think you got a pretty good mix here of experienced players, talented players, a coaching staff that's just phenomenal and seems to be able to adapt and game plan for whatever it is they see. And same thing with Coach Yo. You know, I just have all the confidence in the world. And after watching them practice yesterday, they're not scared. You know, they say in press conferences, and I mean, Coach Yo, players, whatever, they talk about respect everyone, fear no one, and they ain't scared. And you know, one more little point I wanted to add: when Chris Beard went on that run to get to the final, Tech won 3 games as underdogs to get to the final. So Rebels have been underdogs in every game so far, and it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it when I saw the North Carolina line. That was crazy. I mean, plus money. But then, like, plus 200 with Iowa State was real crazy. Now, if you notice, seems like a little line adjustment. Right now, the money line for the Rebels is only plus 150.
Yeah, I saw that. I think David sent me some of those. So yeah, that's isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. Evie, thank you so much for your time. The Rebel Walk is your #1 source for all things Ole Miss sports information. We do this every Thursday. We got football, baseball, basketball. Everything's pushing up roses over there in Oxford. It is absolutely Gucci. 2 teams playing on Friday in the Sweet 16. The first one you get the boys. They got Izzo, Michigan State, 6 o'clock. Then you get the ladies. They're going to be playing UCLA out there in Spokane, Washington. All the information that you need right now is at therebelwalk.com. Go check them out. And Evie, have fun. Tell Coach Joe to go get that bad boy done. We're all rooting for her. And I'll be down here screaming towards Atlanta for Chris Beard to get that business done.
I will, and I tell you what, don't forget, we've also got Pro Day Friday. Rebel Walk will have 4 people there covering that, so we'll let folks know how that
How'd
goes.
that sneak by me?
I think Ole Miss has like 26 players that are going to be participating. So that's going to be a heck of a time too. And somebody asked me, "Do you think Jackson Dart is going to throw?" And I'm like, I don't think Jackson Dart is going to let his receivers go out there on Pro Day without having, him throw. So, but I tell you what, our man Austin Simmons has looked fantastic in spring practice, so maybe we'll talk about that next week.
Man, we got so much to get to. Evie, have fun in Spokane. Bring back that dub. Be blessed. We'll do it again next week.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
That is Evie Van Pelt from Spokane. She is the sweetest lady in the world, and the Rebel Walk is the #1 source for all things Ole Miss sports information. So if you're down with Hottie Toddy, check them out. I got to pay some bills. Also need a little, it's after 12 o'clock. I feel like baseball starts, an hour and a half? I can already go. You think it's a good time to start getting into the Tito's?
Why not?
Why not? It's a 48-hour Friday. I'm going to get the best. I hope you do on the way home from work. Make sure if you get home on your way to work, before you even pull into that driveway, pull into that liquor store and get you the best spirit in the world, Tito's Handmade Vodka. I got a little wood. I got a lot of bets, all on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Sports 56 and 95 FM.
Welcome to Fat Larry's in Bartlett. Come in today for award-winning barbecue and so much more. Catfish, steak burgers, chicken, certified prime Angus beef steaks, along with all the sides, homemade rolls, delicious desserts, beer, and service that is out of this world. Fat Larry's cooks everything made to order just for you. Dine in or order online at fatlarrys.com. For the best barbecue, 7 cooking, and friendly atmosphere in town. Family owned and proud of it. Fat Larry's, conveniently located at 7537 Highway 70, just west of Appling.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality quality spirit that mixes with just about everything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its community and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, mainly 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Hey Mid-South, get ready for your next adventure during the Mitsubishi Motors Spring Sales Event at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage, leave Gossett, $199 a month or buy for $16,605. It's 43 MPG. Need more room? Take your pick from 2024 Outlander plug-in hybrid PHEV or 2024 Outlander, just $399 a month. And listen up, because all remaining new 2024 Gossett Mitsubishis are now $2,000 off MSRP. Plus, you always get peace of mind with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get ready for your next adventure during the Mitsubishi Motors Spring Sales Event at Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, and 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
MSRP 18605, PHEV RZO 59821, MSRP 489, Outlander RZO 67325, MSRP 33210, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax title license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit dealer stock only.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Little Rock, Cleveland, Mississippi, and now open in Horn Lake at 2356 West Goodman Road. Specializing in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds, Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects, call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 at 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. And once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thirsty Thursday. It's always brought to you by the best. That's Tito's Handmade Vodka. You know it's delicious. Also, guess what?
What you got?
Los Cabos, man. Flavors of Mexico melt in your mouth, and you want to spend all your money gambling this week, don't you? So make sure you go to Los Cabos because they got lunch specials going till 3 o'clock, 10 to 3 daily. Guess what? $7 to $11. Yeah. How you like me now? And you are going to be full, and it is going to be delicious. They always got 24/7, 365 premium shots of tequila, only $5.50. And the happiest hours are right there from 3 to 8. As their happy hours balling. Los Cabos, Summer and Grand. They got TVs in the bar. They got the games on. And their food is straight fire. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
I mentioned that LeBron James is not such a...
Your buddy.
He's not my buddy. My buddy and me. Nah, dude. By the way, when you were a kid, did you have a My Buddy or were you down with Kid's sister?
Nope, I hadn't had neither. I had a Snoopy. Remember Charlie Brown Snoopy? I had a Snoopy dog.
Yeah, I do remember Snoopy, of course, dog. His little dog never spoke.
No, he didn't. He was my little guy, though.
Like, never, ever smoked. Well, Russell Wilson is now in New York on a 1-year deal. You also have Jameis Winston, who's in New York. And then you have the 3 pick.
Boy Guido, right? I forgot about your boy Guido.
Oh, man, yeah, Tommy DeVito, the best Guido in New York. At number 3, I just can't stop thinking about how Indianapolis, they beat Indy late in the year so they could get the 3rd pick instead of the 1st pick. Crazy stupid because they love them some Cam Ward. The Titans, I believe, are definitely going to get him. But don't even know why I brought this up because I was just thinking about it. Because Russell Wilson yesterday in his press conference, unlike LeBron James on the Pat McAfee show, did again what Russ always does. And he just comes across as phony, fake, and corny. I mean, damn, dude, his old teammates from that Seattle team that won the Super Bowl, do you know they still talk trash about him? Like Richard,
Legion of Boom guys?
Yeah, dude, that defense be talking trash. Richard Sherman loves to, call Russ corny. You know what I mean? And by the way, Russ never realized how good he had in Seattle because he always wanted to let Russ cook. Let me just tell you something, man. Hand that ball to Marshawn Lynch. They get 2 back-to-back. And let me tell you something. It was because of the Legion of Boom and that beastly defense. Third team in 3 seasons. Went from the Broncos to the Steelers, now to the Giants. That's like going from one outhouse to another outhouse to a dirtier outhouse. The dirtiest one being the New York Giants. Because they just ain't got nothing. LeBron James got his first game winner. How shocking is that for L.A.? Been in L.A. for a long time. Got his first game-winning bucket. It came off a Luka miss. Put it up and in. Got that big dub. But like yesterday was one of the most magical days, period, for the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James and Luka and Austin Reeves.
Magical?
Magical. Like, it's
do tell.
The spell. I'll put a spell on you. Dude, I got the spell because I got a little LeBron fever, man. I can't stand the Lakers, right? You know I can't stand them. Man, I'm kind of excited about going down there and seeing LeBron and Luka and little Austin Reeves. Because yesterday, I said LeBron James is on Pat McAfee. I was like, I can't believe they're going to bring him on for an hour. He's not going to say anything entertaining. He's not going to say anything funny. He's going to toe a line. He's going to be a geek. No, dude, he called Brian Windhorst a weirdo. Dude's been following me since I was 16 years old. He said called out Stephen A. Smith, called out coverages, talked trash, made me laugh, mentioned MJ, talked to from a point of perspective about Bronny James that I also, believe it or not, loved. Like LeBron James, by the end of that Pat McAfee hour, I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I said he's an idiot. I was like, this guy's entertaining. And then you know what? After seeing him on Pat McAfee, I didn't think there was any way they were going to lose the Pacers. I know everybody was wishful thinking, oh, we need the Lakers to lose. We need the Lakers to lose on my man lock. Luka, LeBron are back. And then what made me pull the trigger to bet on the Lakers last night was Austin Reeves. Did you know he came out in pink sneakers? Do you know why?
Yeah, tell the people why.
Gender reveal. His brother plays basketball in Germany. He married this cute little girl. They are having a baby. And their gender reveal, instead of like I don't know, popping balloons or whatever.
Yeah, that's what they do. They pop balloons.
Or do something. Austin Reeves said he will either wear baby blue or pink sneakers during the Indiana game with the Lakers. So whatever I come out on the court in, that's what you're having. I'm a girl dad, bro. When Austin Reeves walked out on them pink sneakers, and I saw Luka also wearing pink sneakers, and then I see LeBron James and was like, oh, he was on Pat McAfee and he was funny. I was like, Lakers, 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 Lakers. And then I was like, damn it, I just got had. And then he pulled it out of his keister. Luka misses the runner in the middle. LeBron gets the tip in. Lakers win. And now you have a new fan.
Yes!
I'm in the LeBron James fan club. I will tell you right now. I don't know if...
Triple L, Luka, LeBron, and Lakers.
So, my cousin's children, Ashley and Bob, love them to death. Unbelievable people. Always like to chide the young folks because they love LeBron James and say he's better than Michael Jordan. I'm not saying he's better than Michael Jordan, but now I ain't afraid to say he's close. And I don't hate him no more.
He was never Mike, though.
He ain't never going to be Mike, damn
He
it.
was more Magic. I don't know why we don't have that conversation. He was more Magic.
No, I don't. I disagree with that a little bit, too. He don't have the HIV, does he?
No, he doesn't.
He
He does have one wife.
22
They both got one wife, though. You know.
Well, I don't know if you know this. Magic definitely went outside of his wife. Went outside that marriage. And I don't know if you know, there's always rumors that LeBron be doing this with Savannah. Remember, LBJ, hey, I love you today, and I love you, but still, you did put on a French maid outfit at Diddy's party. Like, come on now. I mean, Mike would never do that. But now I do like him, and he got the win, and I made some money, and damn it, I feel better.
Good.
But now I don't know how I'm going to argue with, like, my little nephews and stuff. Be like, yo, man, I guess you know what? I like to just push buttons. I'll still be a button pusher. Because MJ still is the greatest, but LeBron ain't that bad.
Yes, Mr. Dacus, you heard it right. John loves LeBron now.
Okay, listen.
Mr. Dacus is listening to
I'm
you.
not leaving Chas, okay? I'm not doing that. By the way, again, I only swing one way. I ain't no switch hitter, homie.
Mr. Dacus says he cannot believe his ears.
Well, you should have listened to him on Pat McAfee. You'd like him too. It's kind of hard not to. And by the way, I got to admit it. Pat McAfee, the fact that he also ain't afraid to cut up his co-host, his teammates, and I'm talking about those at ESPN, like they threw Wendy under the bus, man. Then they talked all kinds of ish about Stephen A. and the network. Like that stuff also is hilarious to me. But Stephen A. Smith, the funniest thing though from yesterday, that whole little drama, and I got all up into it because I love that stuff. When Stephen A. Smith said that if LeBron would have touched him, he would have slapped his face off, that was hilarious. And everybody did run with it on Twitter, but you do have to tell the whole story because 30 seconds later, he did say, because a lot of people have been tweeting all day like, Stephen A. thinks he can kick LeBron's ass. No. What he said was, I ain't going to let any man, I don't give a hell who they are, put their hands on me without knowing that I'm a full-grown ass man. Now, he would have popped LeBron and LeBron would have felt it.
Like a mosquito.
But then he would have picked him up and broke every bone in his body, and it's going to be tough for Stephen A. Smith to recover, and he said that.
A little Coco Beware action on him, you know.
Dude, Coco Beware, the Birdman, dog. That was my guy.
That's my guy, too.
Coco Beware. We got gambling to do. I got to take a break. I got more funny stories, but I can't get into them right now. I got some really damn good jokes, too, by the way. I got some funny-ass jokes that I'm going to bring out. Maybe next week because there's so many sports going on. But we got 4 games to bet on. I'm going to tell you each play that I am making. So don't you dare touch that dial because we making money on the other side. Speaking of money, Tito's Handmade Vodka. Don't have to have a lot because it's crafted in steel in the United States, baby. It's also gluten-free. It's the best vodka in the world. So do me a favor. Don't break the bank on the way home from the liquor store. Grab you a handle. You can get a whole handle for $33.99. Do you know I can stay curled up to that bottle for 4 days? That's like $16 and a quarter a day. Please, man. Get your tea. No, 16. I can't do math. $8 and a quarter. Yeah, because I'm going to be 4 days drinking. You know what I'm saying? $8? The best spirit in the world? Grab that because we got 4 days of basketball. Sweet 16 starts tonight. Sweet 16 tomorrow, then Elite 8 and Elite 8. And, baby, everything's going to be great. We'll find out who's heading to the Final Four at the end of Sunday. It is a 48-hour Friday. Bets on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
It's time for the ultimate Hot Wing Showdown at the World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival, Saturday, April 26th at the Memphis River Garden Park on Riverside Drive. See over 60 teams fighting for hot wing supremacy along with live blues, soul, and rock and roll, all in support of the Ronald McDonald House. It's a sizzling day of fiery flavors, live music, and family fun, and you're invited. Get your tickets now at worldwingfest.com, sponsored by RS Financial Group, Bank 3, ATC Fitness, and Universal Access. This is your delicious chance to make a difference.
It's the Chevrolet Buick GMC of Collierville Dunking Deal Sales Event with over 300 new vehicles in inventory and savings up to $10,000 on your favorite new models. Specializing in low-cost vehicles with financing options based on your credit. Get to Sunrise in Collierville, Highway 385 in Houston, or Sunrise at Collierville.com.
Price does not include licensing costs, registration fees, taxes, and dealer dock fee of $899.50, which are paid by the consumer. Inventory combined from both Sunrise locations. New 24 Chevy Silverado, stock number RG197130, 8,000 dealer discount, 2,000 consumer cash. Expires 3/31/25.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS.
They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. Call now. 800-575-8924. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8924. That's 800-575-8924. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Discover your next ride at Gossett Kia on the Pike. You'll find 2025 Kia K4 LXS for less than $5 a day at $159 a month with class-leading torque and fuel efficiency. How about 2025 Kia K5 GT line? We got it at $199 a month. 2025 Kia Telluride S with more power, larger cargo bed area, and more ground clearance than Nissan Pathfinder $398 a month. All $49.99 due at signing, 24-month lease. Plus, every Gossett Kia comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Call Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online anytime. KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
K4 SEO 87712, MSRP 25320, K5 S53 28285, MSRP 28455, Telluride SG 596204, MSRP 41060, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax title and license with approved credit, dealer stock only, see dealer for complete details, offer valid through 4/2/25.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, and Johnny is fired up. You know why? Because we gambling. I'm giving you my picks. I just got to tell you, first and foremost, after you win a whole lot of money, do me a favor and upgrade your crib. Take it to another level. Make it also more secure. Go to myautomaticgates.com and get you an automatic gate. I got one now, 2 years ago? I love it. Darian, is it not dope?
Yes, it is.
Push that button.
It opens automatically.
Boom, boom, boom. Leave, beep, boom, boom, boom. It's much more secure. I got a separate garage in the back that I made something dank, man. It's secure back there. My dogs run around. No, I had no idea what I wanted. Because I don't know if you know, I can't weld or fix anything. I don't even have I think I got a screwdriver and a hammer at the house. But I'm not much of I'm not a carpenter. That's for sure. So I had no idea what I wanted, so I just went to myautomaticgates.com. I set up an appointment. They came out there. I told them I was like, man, I just need this. I'm like here. And then bang, bang, boom. Dude comes back 15 minutes later. It's got it all drawn out, shows me everything, tells me the point price. I'm like, really? Is that's it? And you can be out here tomorrow? Yeah, it'll take us about 3 hours. Damn. Man, I left for work when they pulled up. I got back from work, and when I came home, I had my automatic gate up, and they seamlessly blend security, aesthetic appeal into your automatic gate solution. Check them out at myautomaticgates.com. Let's make some money in the first game, baby. Remember, the tip is at 6:09, and the fun will follow. And if you on Alabama and Nate Oates, boys, I think you're going to be happy when that game's over. Both of these offenses are prolific. Both. They both can score. Both can score like billionaires in brothels. I love that saying. BYU does it a little different. They're not quite nearly as fast as Alabama. Alabama plays at the fastest pace in college basketball. Fastest tempo period in the country. They get up and down like you wouldn't believe. They be like, you ever seen, who is that girl that has the fastest twerk in the world? I can't remember her name.
Fastest twerk?
Yeah, dude, her butt looks like it's straight up vibrating. She's on one of them plates.
Let's just call her Sha'Carri Richardson.
Oh, that's not a bad one. She's good at that. She's also faster than
What's
Cougar
this
Brown.
called?
And she loves smoking weed. I like Shikari, by the way. I don't know if you know, big fan. But they play at a breakneck pace. They shoot threes or get layups. They get to the foul line, but a lot of people don't give them any credit. The thing that I'm going to give Alabama credit for defensively is they're one of the best teams at pushing your three-point shooters off that line and making them have tough shots. BYU depends on the three. Alabama, that's the one thing they can do is defend the three. And the fact that their guys are better than BYU's guys, they play at a faster tempo, and they put in the hole a little bit more. I'm rolling with the Crimson Tide. It's hard to go for the Alabama, man, but damn it, I like money. Florida and Maryland is simple. Florida is too efficient defensively and offensively, has way too much depth for Maryland. Maryland was on that razor's edge against Colorado State Rams. I love the Gator Boys, the best three guards, three big beasts down low, and the golden shower be peeing on everybody's parade. Now, Arizona and Duke, I don't know, man. I hate that line. It's so large, but I do like over team total for the Dukies, over 81.5. And then Arkansas, Texas Tech. Holy hell. Cal started 0-5. Now it's destiny. Red Raiders going down. Call the Hogs. That's my time. Peace.